can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and your connection to Delta County?
Well, I'm 63 years old. I've been coming up here since I was just a toddler for vacation. In 1980, I moved up here for good, and I've been up here for the last 44 years. I'm a general contractor, I'm a real estate agent, and a county commissioner. I have moved up here because I was very much into the outdoors, and this is the outdoors that I want to be in. I've traveled all 48 continental United States, and this is where I decided I wanted to wind up.
How long have you been a commissioner up here?
I was put on in January of 2023.
Okay.
January 1st, 2023, so just 15, 16 months.
And having been in the role as long as you have, in your own words, how do you describe the role of a county commissioner? What are your responsibilities? What's the scope of that look like to you?
Well, our responsibilities are policy, budget, that kind of thing. I do a little bit more than that. I'm on 12 different boards. As commissioners, we're put on as liaisons or board members to different boards, and I spend a lot of time with those boards. I'm on the airport board, I'm on the fair board, the Parks and Recreation, I'm on finance, and I don't just go to the board meetings and sit there and listen and walk away. I go to the board meetings, but I also go and talk to people, like go up to the airport once a month or so and talk to them, see how things are going, see if there's anything they need. Not to have them do things, but to see what they're doing. And that way, when I go to the county board meetings, I have a real good knowledge of what's happening and what needs to be done.
How would you describe the county? If anything, what would you like to see change over time?
Well, we definitely need to improve our housing situation. We're very short on housing. Being a realtor and an ex-general contractor, I'm very familiar with it. And our housing situation here, as far as middle class and upper middle class housing, the working class housing, we're dreadfully short on that. I think if we bought 100 new units in tomorrow, they wouldn't last a month and we'd have them filled. I've been working with a lot of people from out of the area that want to move here, want to relocate here, and a lot of times we just can't find them what they need.
For those people from out of town, say Ohio, they want to move up here,
Mm-hmm.
they've heard something, but they come to you, they say, I want to buy a house. I don't really know what the area is like. How do you describe it to them?
Well, we are definitely a rural area. Lots of outdoor activities. We have the bay. We have national forests all around us. We have state forests, and we even have a 1,400-acre county forest that people can enjoy. And that's what people that move here hopefully are looking for, is not the nightlife as bars and that kind of thing, but as the wholesome outdoor activities and that kind of thing.
And if re-elected, what are your largest priorities? What do you think your largest challenges would be?
Well, one, of course, is the housing situation. I shell out time for investors and for builders that want to come into the area or that are in the area that want to build houses and get that going. Our airport just had a lot of problems here, and we don't have that completely cleaned up yet, but there's a lot of things there that have gone unattended to. We have a fuel truck at the airport that is, I think, from the 70s, and although our maintenance crew has done a great job of keeping it going, it's spent its time and it needs to be replaced. We have hangars that need maintenance, and we need new hangars. So expanding the airport and getting that back to what it should be is one of my top priorities. Parks and Recreation, including our county forces, is a big thing that we want to keep that going. It's been improved upon in the last 10, 15 years a lot, brought back up to what it should be, but I'd like to stay with that and improve on them. And then one of the biggest goals is to try and do all this maintenance and repair and upgrading without going to the taxpayer and saying we need more money. And so that's a big challenge. Also, all of our departments in the county are lacking help, and the wages are down a little bit. So that's another thing that I'm considering, is how do we bring those wages up, get the people we need to come here and work, again, without going to raise the taxes on the people.
Do you have any thoughts, any proposals for that?
Well, one of the biggest things I see, and it's going to take time, nothing happens overnight, but the more housing we can get into the area, the more people we can bring in, there'll be more income coming into the county through not raising taxes, but expanding the tax base. And that's the way I look at doing this. I think, well, one of the examples I use is one of the people I've been helping just bought 150 acres last year, and they're improving it. They're subdividing in that. That 3,000 acres, just off the top of my head, this isn't an exact number, but say it pays $3,000 a year in taxes. If you block that off into 70 lots, put 70 houses on it, each one of those lots will bring $3,000 a year in taxes. So right there, you've got a huge gain in income coming into the property or into the county without going to the people and saying we need to raise your taxes 5%.
It sounds like a relatively holistic solution.
That's what I'm trying to do, yes.
If we kind of approach everything as a whole, rising tide floats all boats.
Correct.
And then the recall petition specifically relates to the firing of Emily DeSalvo in that February 7 meeting. She accused you and Moyle and Barron of what she saw as unethical behavior or acting, I think part of her specific wording was acting in potentially your own self-interest as opposed to what's best for the community. What's your response to that accusation, and overall, how do you characterize the event where Emily was?
Well, let's put it this way. If you were an employer and an employee of yours come out in a public forum and said all those things about you, and then told you that she would not communicate with you other than in emails or in text, I don't know many employers that would accept that. And there was other things that led up to it. Earlier in that meeting, I had questioned her about a $42,000 bill that was supposed to be paid to the Conservation District that she hadn't paid. And she had told me that she sent emails over, questions over that had to be answered before she could pay them. And so I questioned her about that, and she said, I'm sitting on the emails, I didn't pay it, and the previous board told me I had to pay the bill, but never said when I had to pay it. Then she went into her tirade, and it was enough that we let her go.
Was there anything else that led up to that?
Lots of little incidents. I mean, we could get into them, but it's lots of little incidents.
Yeah. And one of the last ones I have for you, since then, the community seems like it's divided. It's maybe become more divided. If reelected, do you see a way to bring people back together? Do you think that's your responsibility? Do you think that's on you?
Well, of course it's on me, partially anyway. It seems like our political atmosphere lately has been very divided no matter what. And there's people out there that just do not, no matter what we do, they do not want us there. I'm a conservative Republican. And the liberal Democrats think their way is right, we think our way is right. I would like to see us be able to get together and talk and work. This community could benefit so much from people working together. I don't know if they're willing to do that after the recall and then the primary election and then the general election in November. But I have been working very hard to move the county ahead in what I think is important and what the people that nominated me think are important. I ran unopposed in November of '22, and I got a very big turnout. All three of us handily won our elections, and I believe this recall effort started on November 9th of 2022.
And I suppose, what is your pitch to the voters? What do you think your largest accomplishments have been in the past months?
Well, I got a little criticized for this, or ridiculed for this. My first action, basically, as a county commissioner, was to go down to Lansing with 6 other people to try and lobby to get money for infrastructure here in Delta County. And we were down there. For a whole day, we went to every politician down there we could find. Unfortunately, we were a little late getting down there to get the money. We're going to take another go at it here probably next year. Getting the people that got the 150 acres and developing it, I kind of worked them into that. The parks that I'm involved in are expanding and getting better, and we plan to make that better. And I was involved with the airport, bringing in the new manager and helping get that sorted out. I am on the airport board, and I've done a lot of work there. And I'm also on the fair board and getting the fair going. Last year we worked out with insurance on the fairgrounds itself, where we moved that from the fairgrounds to the county. We saved the fair board $10,000 a year in taxes without costing the county 1 cent. We also lent $250,000 to Visit Escanaba for the Northern Lights Music Festival, and that's a low-interest loan that they'll be paying back over 2 years. Other than that, like I said, I just keep moving, and I'm always trying to figure out where we need work, what we need to do, and trying to help the departments keep the wheels on the bus.
All right. Well, yeah, thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
And good luck on the set.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.